Shedeur Sanders isn't just playing football. He's challenging the NFL's entire system. $250 million later, the league has two choices: adapt or be exposed.
I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all did not want to listen. Y'all said, no, Travis Hunter, he's going to have it. No, Ward is going to have it. And I said, Shedeur is going to outsell everybody in jerseys. Even with people saying they not going to buy from the NFL. He's still surpassing. Hey, I tried to let y'all know because I could foresee this happening. I could foresee. And then somebody tried to say, well, jersey sales don't put you in the Hall of Fame. Goddamn, dum-dum. Goddamn, Mr. Bright Guy. You the smartest guy in the room. You the smartest guy in the room. But this is an accomplishment in itself. You ain't never seen a fifth rounder sell out jerseys like that. I'm talking about everywhere. They can hate, they can make you wait, but they can't stop the fate. You get what I'm saying? Woo, I was cooking with that one right there. You can wait, they can make you wait. They can hate, but they can't stop the fate. It feel like I just read to preach a sermon in this mother. For real, I tried to tell y'all.
NFL executives are in absolute panic mode right now. And it's all because Nike just made Shedeur Sanders the richest rookie in history with a staggering $250 million phenomenon that nobody saw coming. A fifth-round pick, drafted 144th overall, just moved $250 million in jersey sales and pocketed $14 million in commission. That's 3 times his actual rookie contract before taking a single regular season snap. While league offices scramble and veteran players watch in disbelief, Nike is preparing what sources call a record-breaking extension that could reshape rookie contracts forever. The kid they tried to bury in the 5th round just became the most financially successful rookie since his father lit up the league in 1989. But here's what they don't want you to know. This isn't just about money. This is about power. This is about a young black quarterback who refused to play by their rules and is now rewriting the entire playbook while they watch helplessly from the sidelines. Let me break down exactly how Shedeur just flipped the script on the entire NFL establishment and why they're absolutely terrified of what happens next.
Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I give to a lot of receivers the prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on. So I just give to a couple of them, like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I give to them some cleats. Some won, some didn't, but I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stock. So I couldn't do everybody. I wish I could. Yeah,
You want to talk about numbers that'll make your head spin? Let's start with the most shocking stat in recent NFL history: $250 million. That's how much Shedeur Sanders moved in rookie jersey sales within just weeks of his preseason debut with the Cleveland Browns. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, that's just jersey sales, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. See, Shedeur didn't just sell jerseys. He negotiated something that has NFL front offices losing sleep at night. It's called the Prime Equity Clause, and it's the most revolutionary contract structure we've seen in professional sports.
How do you feel about Shedeur dropping? Because they passed on him.
They tried to humble him. But I don't know why you trying to humble a rich kid. It didn't matter what you paid Shedeur. He was already rich. He made a crap ton of money from college. His daddy is Deion Sanders. What are you saying? Okay, go prove yourself. Didn't Cleveland get him?
Yeah.
Oh, why do Cleveland always get the good quarterbacks?
Do they?
I think you're the first person who's ever said that.
Wait a minute. What's the white boy name who wouldn't play, who should have been a star?
Johnny Manziel.
Didn't they get Johnny Manziel?
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel was going to be good.
I liked him, yeah.
But if you could keep him sober, that boy was like a Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He would have been good, but he was too rich. He had already experienced the private planes and you know.
This clause gives him a percentage of all revenue tied to his name, image, and likeness. Not just a flat endorsement fee, a cut of everything. Jerseys, sponsorships, content, even behind-the-scenes footage. From those $250 million in jersey sales alone, Shedeur pocketed $14 million. His actual rookie contract? $4.6 million over 4 years. Do the math, people. This man made more money from jersey sales in a few weeks than most second and third round picks make in their entire rookie deals. And he hasn't even played a regular season game yet, but here's where it gets absolutely insane. The same executives who are now panicking about his success are the exact same people who tried to destroy his draft stock with coordinated character assassination. They called him entitled. They said he had bad body language. They whispered that he cared more about his brand than football. Sound familiar? It's the same playbook they've used against confident black quarterbacks for decades.
This is the first time in history that a 5th-round pick has led jersey sales.
Yeah.
Nobody is watching 3rd, 4th round as much as we would watch it. But you got to understand, freedom of speech is not free. And I think what Shedeur was doing, what Shedeur was saying, what his father was saying, and the way the father has kind of engulfed his children as you're going into a league where it's like, yo, I'm going to win. Like, everything is resume based. We won everywhere. Yeah, y'all changed the culture because of who y'all were.
Now, you want to know why Shedeur really fell to the 5th round? It wasn't his arm talent. The kid was lighting up defenses at Colorado. It wasn't his football IQ. Anyone who watched him play knew he had it. It was this prime equity clause. His agents demanded it, and NFL teams got scared. They weren't scared of his ability. They were scared of losing control. Think about it. For decades, the NFL has operated on a simple principle. We own you for your rookie contract, and if you're good enough, maybe we'll pay you later. Shedeur said, "Nah, I'm going to be a business partner from day one." That clause has never been seen in the NFL before, and it has owners and executives privately nervous because if Shedeur can get this, what's stopping the next wave of athletes from demanding the same? This is what they're really afraid of. Not that Shedeur will fail. They're terrified that he'll succeed and inspire a revolution. Every college quarterback watching this unfold is thinking, if a 5th-round pick can get equity in his own brand, what can I negotiate? But let's be real about something else. When they say Shedeur's agents wanted this clause, what they're really saying is that Shedeur was smart enough to value himself properly. He saw what his father accomplished with brand building, and he refused to leave money on the table. That's not entitlement, that's intelligence. And Nike saw this coming from a mile away. They didn't just stumble into this gold mine. They've been positioning themselves for this moment since 2024 when Shedeur was still at Colorado. They made him their first nil football athlete, not because they needed another college endorser, but because they saw the future. They saw a generational talent with generational marketing potential who understood his worth. Here's what makes this even more beautiful. While NFL executives were playing games with his draft position, Nike was doubling down. They broke months of silence on social media just to spotlight Sanders. They dropped exclusive cleats, custom sneakers, and ran a Poetry in Motion campaign that tied his college legacy to his professional future. They saw what the NFL establishment refused to acknowledge. Shedeur Sanders wasn't just a player, he was a movement. Draft night was supposed to be Shedeur's moment. Everyone expected him to go in the 1st round, 2nd round at worst. The buzz was real, the talent was undeniable, and the hype was building. Then something ugly happened. He slid all the way to the 5th round, number 144 overall to the Cleveland Browns. The whispers started immediately. Anonymous executives, and isn't it interesting how these cowards never put their names on their slander, claimed he was entitled. They said he had bad body language. They claimed he was more focused on brand than football. But here's what they won't tell you. Those character hits weren't random. They were coordinated. Many now believe they were driven by his contract demands. The very prime equity clause that has since made him a financial trailblazer. This is the playbook, people. When a young black quarterback refuses to bow down and accept whatever scraps they throw at him, they attack his character. They question his leadership. They create doubt where none should exist. It's the same thing they did to Cam Newton, the same thing they tried with Lamar Jackson, and now they're doing it to Shedeur. But here's what they didn't count on. Nike didn't flinch. If anything, they doubled down harder than anyone expected. Days before his first preseason action, they flooded social media with Sanders content. Custom cleats, custom colorways of the Air DT Max 96, highlight reels with captions like, "Only a matter of time." They weren't just supporting their investment, they were making a statement. And when Shedeur stepped on that field against Carolina, pure magic. 14 completions, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. The poise and accuracy he showed turned skepticism into buzz overnight. Every throw was crisp, every decision was smart, and every celebration was a middle finger to everyone who doubted him. Within hours, Nike Football dropped an ad featuring Sanders' signature watch celebration with the caption, "Only a matter of time." It racked up nearly 200,000 likes and millions of impressions in less than a day. The timing was perfect, but the scale of the response was historic. What happened next was unprecedented in rookie sports marketing. Within that same week, jersey sales exploded into the stratosphere. What was supposed to be a preseason footnote became the biggest endorsement story in professional sports. Shedeur had done what no rookie had ever done. He created a financial juggernaut before even starting a regular season game. But Nike's strategy went way deeper than just selling jerseys. They launched an entire Sanders-branded apparel line. Graphic tees priced at $30 to $50, youth jerseys, women's cuts, premium authentic Browns game jerseys up to $175, and limited edition footwear releases priced at $200. They plastered him on billboards, including a Times Square takeover featuring his signature watch pose. This wasn't a local Cleveland marketing push. This was global. Nike was positioning Shedeur not just as an NFL player, but as a cultural icon. They understood something that NFL executives still don't get. In today's world, athletes are brands first, players second. And Shedeur's brand was already stronger than most veteran superstars. Now here's the kicker that has the NFL establishment shaking. Shedeur isn't just cashing checks from all this success. His contract ensures he gets a cut of everything. The prime equity clause means he isn't only an endorser. He's an equity partner in his own brand. Every jersey sold, every billboard posted, every viral moment created puts money directly in his pocket. This is where things get seismic for the future of professional sports. If other rookies start demanding the same equity partnerships, the balance of power between players, teams, and sponsors could tilt forever. We could be witnessing the beginning of a new era where athletes control their own destinies from the moment they enter professional sports. But of course, with this level of success comes the inevitable backlash. The same executives who knocked his draft stock are now pointing to anything they can find to tear him down. Earlier this summer, Sanders was cited for speeding, 91 in a 65, 101 in a 60. Now, let's be honest here. It wasn't the first time a Browns player had been caught speeding, but the coverage around Sanders was harsher, louder, more personal. Critics seized on it as proof of immaturity, conveniently ignoring the fact that veteran stars like Myles Garrett had received similar citations without comparable outrage. But when it's Shedeur Sanders, suddenly every speeding ticket becomes a character flaw. Every mistake becomes proof that he's not ready for the big stage. Then there are the ongoing character attacks. Reports calling him entitled, saying he blames. Teammates saying he carries himself with arrogance. These are words that, when applied to outspoken black athletes, carry a very different undertone than when similar behavior is celebrated in white quarterbacks as confidence or swagger. We see this pattern over and over again, and it's getting exhausting. But here's what I love about Shedeur's response to all this noise. He hasn't publicly fired back. He's mostly kept quiet, continued to work, and let the sales and performance speak for themselves. That's the mark of true maturity and wisdom beyond his years. He understands that the best revenge is success, and right now, he's succeeding at levels that make his critics look foolish. The double standard is obvious, and it's feeding a media narrative that threatens to overshadow what he's accomplishing both on and off the field. But Shedeur keeps rising above it, and that's what separates elite mentality from average thinking. Inside the Browns locker room, the dynamics are fascinating to watch. Sanders is battling for position with veterans like Joe Flacco and rookies like Dylan Gabriel. In preseason action, Sanders posted a 106 passer rating compared to Gabriel's 66 with an interception. The numbers favor him. The film favors him. The eye test favors him. But NFL politics are complicated, and depth charts don't always reflect pure talent. There are injury concerns, veteran politics, and coaching preferences that still cloud the picture. Shedeur picked up an oblique injury that was labeled minor, but it reminded everyone how quickly circumstances can change in the NFL. One hit, one setback, and all that momentum can shift. Through it all, Nike continues to push forward with unprecedented confidence. Insiders say a signature shoe is already in development with potential releases slated for 2025 under working names like the LL2C and Proto 92. Let that sink in for a moment. That's not just another cleat, that's a full-fledged sneaker line. Something almost unheard of for a rookie quarterback. Nike is betting that Sanders isn't just a player or even just a star. They're betting he's a cultural force, and they're willing to structure their partnership to grow with him, not just pay him. That's the long-term play that separates Nike from every other brand in the space. This approach isn't about renting influence for a season or two. It's about building equity the same way Sanders has with his contract. Every campaign, every product, every viral moment is designed to tie him to the Nike brand for the next decade, not just the next season. And early indicators suggest it's working better than anyone imagined. The social media engagement alone has quadrupled Nike's usual football posts. Influencers, insiders, even rival brands are sharing the content because the buzz has gone beyond marketing into cultural moment creation. When your competitors are helping amplify your message, you know you've hit something special. Still, there's the elephant in the room that critics keep pointing to. Can Shedeur handle the pressure? Can he filter out the noise, focus on football, and avoid becoming a cautionary tale of business outpacing performance? These are fair questions because the spotlight on him is unlike anything we've seen for a fifth-round pick. For all the money, all the marketing, all the unprecedented contract clauses, none of it matters if he can't win games when it counts. Nike can sell sneakers, the Browns can sell jerseys, but the only thing that truly silences critics in the NFL is winning football games. Everything else is just noise until you prove it between the lines. Right now, Sanders is at the center of a perfect storm. He has fans buying into the dream, brands betting millions on his future, and critics waiting for any sign of weakness to pounce. Every snap he takes carries more weight than just football. It's a referendum on whether this model of athlete empowerment can actually work at the professional level if he succeeds on the field while maintaining his business success. He won't just be a quarterback. He'll be the blueprint for a new era of sports business. Every college athlete will study what he did. Every agent will demand similar clauses. Every brand will have to rethink how they structure partnerships with young talent. But if he fails, the establishment will point to him as proof that rookies should never be given this kind of power. They'll use his story to justify keeping future players under traditional contracts that heavily favor teams and leagues over individual athletes. The stakes couldn't be higher for what was supposed to be just a fifth-round pick. And that's exactly what makes this story so compelling to follow. Shedeur Sanders isn't just playing for the Cleveland Browns. He's playing for the future of athlete contracts, the future of endorsement deals, and the future of what it means to be more than just an employee in professional sports. Because right now, the sales numbers are undeniably real. The hype is building with every appearance, and Nike is already moving to lock it all in with a deal that could go down as the most important rookie endorsement in sports history. So here's the question that's keeping NFL executives awake at night. What happens if this actually works? What happens when other rookies see Shedeur's success and demand the same equity partnerships? What happens when the next generation of athletes refuses to accept traditional rookie deals that treat them like assets instead of partners? The answer is simple. The entire power structure of professional sports changes forever. And that's exactly why they're panicking. Shedeur Sanders represents something bigger than football statistics or marketing campaigns. He represents the evolution of athlete empowerment in real time. He's proving that you don't have to wait until your second contract to control your destiny. You don't have to accept being undervalued just because that's how things have always been done. The kid they tried to bury in the fifth round just became the most financially successful rookie in recent memory, and he did it by refusing to play by their rules. That's not just a business success story. That's a revolution in progress. The next few months will tell us everything we need to know. Can Shedeur back up the hype with on-field performance? Will his model inspire other athletes to demand equity in their own brands? And most importantly, will the NFL establishment learn to adapt, or will they double down on trying to suppress this kind of player empowerment? One thing's for certain, we're witnessing history in the making. Whether Shedeur succeeds or stumbles, he's already changed the conversation about what rookies can negotiate and how brands can partner with athletes. The game will never be quite the same, What do you think? Is Shedeur Sanders a visionary who's reshaping sports business, or is he taking on too much too soon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that are really shaping the NFL. Because this story is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what happens next.